Hey, what's up guys? Steve here. And thanks again to everyone for all the continued support on the channel. And we'll kick today's list off at number 50 with this 1992 Upper Deck Award winner hologram Michael Jordan, card number AW9. This hologram was in a PSA 8 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $32.40. Up next at number 49 is this 1990 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan. This brown variation was in a PSA 8 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $33.60. Coming in at number 48 is this 1992 Stadium Club Michael Jordan, card number 210. This was a PSA 9 that received 14 bids, and it also sold for $33.60. Up next at number 47 is this 1991 Skybox Great Moments Michael Jordan vs. Magic Johnson, card number 333. This was an SGC 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $36 even. Coming in at number 46 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Upper Deck Pro View 3D, card number 91. This was a PSA 9 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $42 even. Coming in at number 45 is this 1990 Michael Jordan Panini sticker, sticker number 91. This was a PSA 9 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $45.60. Up next at number 44 is Michael Jordan's 1990 Panini sticker, sticker number G. This was a PSA 9 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $46.80. Coming in at number 43 is this 1991 Skybox Team USA 2 featuring Michael Jordan, card number 545. This Jordan was in a SGC 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $49.20. Up next at number 42 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Fleer Living Legends, card number 4. This was a PSA 8 that received 18 bids, and it also sold for just short of $50. Coming in at number 41 is this 1991 Skybox USA Basketball Team card featuring Michael Jordan. This was a BGS 9 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $50.40. And kicking off the top 40 of today's list is this 1992 Michael Jordan Panini sticker, sticker number 102. This foil sticker was in a PSA 7 that received 13 bids, and it also sold for just over $50. Up next at number 39 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Kenner starting lineup, card number 14. This was a BGS 8.5 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $54. We get our first basketball card from the 1980s at number 38 with this 1988 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 17. This was a BGS 7 that received 21 bids, and it also sold for $54 even. Coming in at number 37 is this 1993 Ultra Michael Jordan, card number 30. This was an SGC 10 that received 11 bids, and it sold for $57.60. Up next at number 36 is this 1994 Upper Deck MJ Rare Air Michael Jordan, card number 66. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $58.80. Coming in at number 35 is this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Michael Jordan, card number 14. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $60 even. And we're sticking to the late 1980s at number 34 with this 1988 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan, card number 40. This was a BGS 8.5 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $62.40. Coming in at number 33 is Michael Jordan's 1992 Skybox USA Basketball, card number 45. This was a PSA 10 that received 17 bids, and it also sold for $62.40. Up next at number 32 is this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Michael Jordan, card number 15. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $64.80. Coming in at number 31 is this 1993 Hoops 5th anniversary featuring Michael Jordan, card number 289. This was a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it also sold for $64.80. And kicking off the top 30 of today's list is this 1989 Collegiate Collections North Carolina Michael Jordan, card number 13. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $67.20. Up next at number 29 is this 1988 NBA Michael Jordan, card number 22. This was a PSA 10 that received 17 bids, and it sold for $84. Up next at number 28 is Michael Jordan's 1993 Ultra Power in the Key insert, card number 2. This was a PSA 6 that received 17 bids, and it sold for $88.80. And we're headed back to the late 1980s at number 27 with Michael Jordan's All-Star card from the 1988 Fleer basketball set with card number 120. This was a PSA 6.5 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $91.20. Up next at number 26 is this 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 26. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 12 bids, and it sold for just short of $100. Coming in at number 25 is Michael Jordan's 1989 Hoops All-Star, card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $103.20. Up next at number 24 is Michael Jordan's base card from the inaugural 1992 Stadium Club basketball set, card number 1. This was an SGC 10 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $105.60. Coming in at number 23 is this 1991 Fleer Pro Visions Michael Jordan, card number 2. This was a CSG 10 that received 22 bids, and it sold for $112.80. Up next at number 22 is Michael Jordan's 1987 Fleer sticker, sticker number 2. This was a BGS 6.5 that received 31 bids, and it also sold for $112.80. Coming in at number 21 is Michael Jordan's 1990 Hoops All-Star card, card number 5. This was a PSA 10 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $117.60. And kicking off the top 20 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1992 Topps Archives, card number 52. This gold parallel was in a PSA 9 that received 20 bids, and it also sold for $117.60. Up next at number 19 is this 1992 Fleer Total D Michael Jordan, card number 5. This was a PSA 8 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $168. Coming in at number 18 is this 1990 Hoops Sam Vincent featuring Michael Jordan, card number 223. This was a PSA 10 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $186. Up next at number 17 is this 1992 Upper Deck Fanimation featuring Michael Jordan, card number 510. This was a PSA 10 that received 16 bids, and it sold for just short of $200. And we're headed back to the 1980s at number 16 with this 1989 Hoops Michael Jordan, card number 200. This was a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $216. Coming in at number 15 is this 1993 Stadium Club Beam Team Members Only Michael Jordan, card number 4. This Jordan that was authenticated by CGC received 13 bids, and it sold for $228. Up next at number 14 is this 1993 Ultra All Defensive Team Michael Jordan, card number 2. This was a PSA 9 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $324. Coming in at number 13 is this 1987 hand-cut Michael Jordan, card number 58. This was a PSA 5 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $360. Up next at number 12 is this 1990 Kenner starting lineup Michael Jordan. This yellow variation was in a PSA 9 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $360. Coming in at number 11 is this 1993 Upper Deck International Italian Michael Jordan Triple Double, card number TD2. This Jordan hologram was in a PSA 9 that received 37 bids, and it sold for $540. Up next is Michael Jordan's 1991 Hoops USA, card number 579. This was a PSA 9 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $31.20. For our next card, we get this 1991 Hoops McDonald's USA Michael Jordan, card number 55. This was a PSA 9 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $27.60. Also up for auction was Michael Jordan's base card from the inaugural 1990 Skybox basketball set with card number 41. This was an SGC 9 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $22.80. Up next is this 1991 Fleer Michael Jordan card number 29. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $21.60. And for our fifth and final bonus card, I ran across Michael Jordan's 1988 Fleer stickers, sticker number 7. This was a PSA 5 that received 9 bids, and it sold for just over $20. And kicking off the top 10 of today's list is Michael Jordan's 1994 Collector's Choice Checklist Gold Signature, card number 420. This was a PSA 9 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $750. Up next at number 9 is this 1994 Finest Michael Jordan Refractor, card number 331. This was a BGS 8 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $840. Coming in at number 8 is this 1993 Finest Michael Jordan Refractor, card number 1. This refractor that was authenticated by CGC received 38 bids, and it sold for $870. Up next at number 7 is Michael Jordan's 1989 Spanish sticker, sticker number 13. This was a PSA 6 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $960. Coming in at number 6 is Michael Jordan's base card from the 1989 Fleer basketball set with card number 21. This was a PSA 10 that received 42 bids, and it sold for $1,080. And we're sticking to the 1980s to kick off the top 5 with this 1987 Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 59. This was a PSA 9 that received 28 bids, and it sold for $1,680. Up next at number 4 is this 1991 Hoops Superstars Michael Jordan, card number 13. This was a PSA 10 that received 39 bids, and it sold for $1,920. Coming in at number 3 is this 1991 Fleer Michael Jordan Auto, card number 375. This was a PSA 4 that received 16 bids, and it sold for just over $5,000. Up next at number 2 is this 1992 Skybox USA Basketball Michael Jordan Auto, card number 38. This was a PSA 8 that received 24 bids, and it sold for $8,400. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan Auto, card number 44. This was a PSA 7 that received 46 bids, and it sold for $18,000 even. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.